Today we're going to talk about setting up the SwitchBot Meter Plus to your phone and then setting up automations. So in order to connect this to a phone, what you're going to do is turn this device over, and this little button here, you're going to press and hold it until a little Bluetooth icon starts flashing on the screen right here. I've already connected this, so I don't want to do it again, but there's going to be a Bluetooth icon flashing, and that's when you want to let it go, and then you're going to hop on to the app. At the very top, you're going to press on the plus button and add device, and what it should do is detect that a device is trying to connect. Since it's within the SwitchBot ecosystem, it's going to catch it on its own. It's very simple actually, so you're just going to press that, follow the prompts, select the room this device will be placed in, of course considering you already have those rooms set up, and that's really it. It's going to start working. Here's a time lapse of the automation in action. Now at the time of recording, I had the automation set to turn the heater on at 23.5 and turn it off at 24.5. So let's see how that works. And now let's hop on over to the app and see how the actual automations are made. This is what the homepage of the app looks like. At the very top, you have the humidity and temperature readings. And if you come down under where it says My Room, these are all the appliances that I've set up within my room. So this one is My Room sensor. If you click into it, you go and it loads all the data that it captures in real time, and it actually saves everything that it captures. So you could scroll down, you can enable all sorts of different settings if you want. I'm actually not going to look into all these ones, so I never actually enabled those. But if we head out, these are all the appliances that I've set up in my room: the projector, soundbar, fan, heater, air purifier, and these are all actually infrared devices. So what that means is I had the remotes mapped out into the hub. So if I click the projector, you can see the full remote that's mapped out. Same with the soundbar or with the heater. It can give you right here, or with the fan, and so on and so forth. You get the idea. So what's cool about this is I don't actually need to go looking for the remotes for any of these appliances anymore. I could just click here and turn it on, or whatever setting that I'm looking for. Or what I can do is I can make quick scenes. So if I click here, these are all the scenes that I've made, and what that means is if I want a series of events to be triggered under a certain command, I can do that. So what happens is, let's say I want to turn the heater on, but I don't just want the heater to turn on, I actually want the heater on, and then following that command, I want the heater to turn on its timer or even the oscillation setting or whatnot. So let's say we get into the heater on IR. So what that does is it's going to turn the heater on, and right after it's going to execute the timer command within a single phrase. So that's really cool. But this is not what the video is about. It's about automation. So we're going to head over to the automation tab right here. So these are all the automations that I've made for my heater. I'm going to explain a bit what I'm doing here. So at the very bottom, you can see heater on 23.5. So what I've done is I have named them with the temperature reading that I want it to be turned on or turned off. So why I'm doing this is because I get notifications every time it's turned on or off. So instead of logging back into the app and checking for what temperature it's turning on to or turning off to, this phrase basically just tells me right there. So that's pretty convenient. So heater on 23.5 is every time the temperature of my room drops to 23.5, as you can see right here, the heater is going to turn on. And as a failsafe, what I'm doing is I'm turning on the timer as well. That's a feature within my heater. It has nothing to do with the hub or the room sensor. So in case the off command is malfunctioned for whatever reason, the heater is going to turn itself off because of the timer command. Right, so the heater is turning on 23.5, and if you go up, heater is turning off at 25. And the 25.5 at the very top is a failsafe. Because once I had a command fail on me, and I basically woke up in hell with the temperature at 29. So I'm never doing that again. I have a failsafe in case the 25 heater off command fails. The 25.5 should catch it. So I always have one command over in case things don't work out. And why I have these other commands is because sometimes I don't want the temperature of my room to drop all the way to 23.5 before the heater is triggered on. So I'm just going to turn this off, and I'll turn this one on. So it's going to keep the temperature now between 24 and 25. So that's pretty convenient. You don't even actually need to turn it off. So this is what I'm doing for my room now, but I'm going to tell you guys how to make new ones. So we're going to head on over to the plus button. And the first thing we're going to do is click on the add condition. Now this is when the condition meets for a certain command to be triggered. And for our case, we want to click the smart device, and really this is the only one we can use. So we're going to make a command to turn the heater on. So we want the heater on only when the temperature decreases a certain level. So we're going to click temperature decreases to. So let's say we don't mind the cold, and we're going to go all the way down to 20 Celsius. So click OK. Now that's that. And then you're going to go over to the then section. As it says add action, click that. Smart devices, and now you have all these devices that you can interact with once that condition is met. So we're going to click the heater, and we're going to click the power on button. So now every time that my room sensor detects that the temperature has decreased to 20 Celsius, it's going to trigger the heater on. But let's say I want another command, for example, the oscillation feature. So within the then section, there's the add action button. We're going to click that. Same thing, we're going to go on over to smart device, heater again. I need the oscillation, so that's the swing. I'm going to click that. So now you can see every time the temperature decreases to 20 Celsius, the heater is going to turn on, and right after it's going to trigger the swing feature. So that's pretty cool. And I'm going to enter the name, heater on test. Oh, sometimes it does that. Heater on test, done. And here if you want to get a notification, you can keep that on, or you could turn this off. It's pretty handy actually. I try to never miss what my heater is doing in my room, because that can be a fire hazard, so I try to always keep track. So we're gonna leave this on, and we'll do save. Okay, that's it. That's basically the heater on test, and we're gonna make one for off as well, because we don't want it to stay on all the time. So we're gonna click the plus button again, add condition, smart device, my room sensor, and now we're gonna look for when the temperature increases to a certain level, and that's the first one. And let's say we want to let it go all the way up to really whatever you want, 35. We're crazy. And now you're gonna go to the then section, smart device, heater, and just power it off since it's been running. And that's about it. Just press save. We didn't name it, so it's just gonna name whatever the default setting is, but that's really it. The first two are the ones we just made, and what it's gonna do is it's gonna regulate your room temperature within 20 Celsius and 35.5 Celsius. Guys, don't actually let your temperature go all the way to 35. That would be madness, but just to show. That's about it. That's really it. You don't really need anything else. And if you want to know how to map infrared remotes, you can just go back to the home screen. On the top right, press the plus button, add device, and so the first ones are actually the ones that it's gonna look for on its own. Like I just showed you how to connect the meter plus. But if it's an infrared device or one that actually doesn't have Bluetooth or Wi-Fi support, you can go on looking for these. And for a heater, what I did was, since it doesn't have a heater function, I just went over to fan because that was the closest one. So you need a hub for any of these to work, so you're gonna choose your hub. Now you can either do smart matching, or you can do it manually if you do not have a remote control. If you do manually, you're gonna have to look up your brand, and that's how it's gonna search up, and you can cycle through different presets that it finds. Sometimes they don't work, sometimes they do, so it really is based on luck oftentimes. Or you could just do it, smart. If you have your remote with you, you're gonna press this, and what you're gonna do is now you're gonna take your remote, point it towards your hub. You're gonna do start matching, and you're going to press a button. And when you do that, it's going to pick up on that signal and give you, the following prompt. So you're just going to follow that, go all the way through, and do that for the rest of your buttons. And that's it. That's really how you get your remote mapped out. And that's everything, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and have a good one, guys.